Hello, it's Rosie. I'm back again today to complete this journal that we started yesterday that we did the whole cover on in the front, and now we need to work on the back or the inside of the journal. So I've done all the sewing that I need to do for now, and then there will be some more later. Now I've taken the liberty of cutting up my cotton piece that I will put over top here. So I cut a little bit longer so that I can make some pockets. And I will even fold this over like this and then make a design on here as well. Now I like to cut it so it's either just the same size as the cover or a little bit over, because I don't like it when it looks like it's just, not enough, and then you have to do something else with it. So now to make the pockets, I'm going to fold this piece down, and I'm going to glue a little bit of paper in the back of it first of all to give it a little bit more strength, so that when you're trying to put something in it, it should open easily and keep its shape. So I'm going to use my trusty glue stick for this, and I'm just going to glue it right on top over here and just sort of center it a little bit, press it down. And now what I also want to make sure is that this side and this side is a little bit even as far as how far down the pocket will come. So it's about 3¼ here and about 3¼ here. It looks like maybe a little bit lower on there, but it's relatively the same. So now, as far as what do I want to put on top of that for some embellishment, yeah, you're seeing shadows because it's a very another dark day here. Yesterday wasn't that bad actually, but today's a little bit darker again. So do I want to put maybe just a string of eyelash trim, which is a possibility. I do like eyelash trim and like to use it here and there, because I don't want to put too much here that might then conflict with whatever you might be putting into the pockets. So just a little bit something. So this looks like it covers pretty well, and it's still simple. So I could use the eyelash trim. Now I have this piece, but it's not long enough for to go right across, and it has a little bit of shiny beads on here, or maybe it looks like sequins, tiny sequins. But I could put a piece of it just in the middle of the pocket here, and then in the middle over here, right? And just a little piece of it for a little bit of something. It's also a possibility. Then I could put ribbon either right on top here, so you see all the ribbon. But what I also like to do is put it a little bit under, and then this over top, and then do some sort of creative, either zigzag stitch or some other creative stitch on top of that. So that's a possibility also. I like the black because, well, it's a uniform color, of course, and it will go nice with the cover. I don't really have anything green on the cover, but mind you, green and orange, it is all Halloweenish colors. I could still put it. This one, so we're doing a process of elimination all the time. I think everything that we do, we kind of try this and that and see how it looks, and it's a process of elimination all the time. So I do like this, but I'm not sure about the sparkly, how much it has on it, whether that's a little bit too much for the inside. And also there's really, well, there is creamish, that's a word, cream color over here, and title. So this could go with it. Now I'm going to decide whether, I'm not going to bring in too many things because it is the inside, and more important things will be what is going into these pockets. So I like the trim, but it might be a little bit messy or interfere possibly with whatever is going on in the pockets. This one I'm thinking might have a little bit too much shine, and I might just go with this. Now whether I want to put it on top, that's nice too, or do I want to put it underneath and then show the stitching up here? I usually like to show the stitching, but I do like this as well. Now maybe I can put it halfway and then do a double stitch, do a single stitch along here and then zigzag on top. I could do that, I suppose. So in either case, I'm going to cut that piece down. Let me see. Okay, so I'm going to cut this piece to size here. And maybe just a little bit over, just to make sure I have enough. And I think I need to align this a little bit better. This a little bit more this way. And so I'm going to go to the machine and stitch this part down first before I do any gluing of anything else. So I'll be right back. So I am back with this piece of the back cotton piece that I'm going to sew on here. But first of all, I will glue it down. Now I'm going to use the glue stick again. I'm not too concerned with, you know, whether it sticks down completely or not, because I'm going to sew it around the edges. And, you know, a little bit more grungy is better, actually, as far as I'm concerned. So let's put this down here, and then I'll continue with the glue. Just want to have it in some kind of position, and not too much over and not too much under. So let me see. Just a little bit more this way. Okay. Just a little tiny bit this way. This is always the trying part, trying to get it up there. But you can always trim if you feel you have somewhere a little bit too much. Okay, so we're going to go to the middle here. And go right over to this side, but I'm going to go again, get this down the best that I can. Okay, and I like to again make sure that the grooves are easily seen. Okay, so sometimes I don't even glue in the middle, not to show the detail from underneath the raised bumps or whatever you might want to call it. But since this is a Halloween journal and I want it just as grungy as possible, it is okay to have it that way. Okay, and just to complete this side before I go back to the sewing machine and get this sewn down. And let me see. So I just want to see from the other side. I do have a little bit more on this side, so I will cut that down a bit. And not sure if this is enough for me over here. But now you could flip it up, but I'm just going to see if I can pull it a little bit. Sometimes there is a little bit, the cotton is a little bit forgiving and you can still pull it up, stretch it a bit. Okay, so it's not too much more, but just maybe right over here. Okay, that's a little bit better. That's not bad. And a little bit more over here. Okay, so that's good. Now on the sides here, I don't have too much. It looks like I probably have a little bit more on this side. So let me see if I can Still pull it this way as well. Probably not anymore. Oh, it did give a little bit, I think. Let me see. Okay, a little bit better. This is good. I'm just going to trim what is too much on the other side. Okay, so we have this down, and now I'm going to flip this up and make sure that it's going to stay in a good position. I'm not sure if I'll actually end up with anything on the bottom. I do have a little bit. So I'm going to see if this will stay with this glue. I like gluing it down because I don't want it to move. I don't like it when it moves, and then, you know, sometimes you have to reposition the whole thing, and so on and so on. Okay. So just on each side, a little bit under the closure. There I go again. A little bit under the closure. I don't know why I do that. I guess, you know, as you're working, you're also thinking a lot and have a lot going on in your head. Now I'm going to trim just a little bit this way. There. And then I will pull out some fringes in that so it's not, doesn't look completely fresh from cutting. Just a little bit more this way. Okay, I don't need too much. It will fray as it is, you know, with use and so on. So there. Okay, so I'm going to sew all around now. And then we'll work on the tassel and the binding. Okay, so I'm back again, and I've cut out a spine here out of cardboard where I'm going to measure where I'm going to put the 2 eyelets on the top and 2 on the bottom for the binding. So I did cut this into the size of the journals, journal cover, 6.5 by 1.5 inch. And so I'm just going to place it right in the center here and measure first of all, which I already done a little bit of that. So I'm going to go 1/2 inch over here and then 1/2 inch from this side. And this is where I'm going to poke the holes. And I want it quite to the top because it's going to be TN style, so that, you know, the more room that you have, the better. And then I'm going to do the bottom as well. Let me see here. Okay, so about 1/2 inch here and 1/2 inch here. Now this one I placed a little bit closer to the bottom, so I'm just going to move it a little bit more to the top. So that looks pretty good. And what I'll do is I'll get my awl, which would be easy if I had everything all here by me, and I'm going to poke holes through. And hope that they're more or less even. And then I will take a pencil, put this down, not exact science, but you know, we want it a little bit in the middle. Make sure that each opens, and I'm going to make marks and then see how that looks. If it kind of looks even, okay. Make them a little bit bigger. Okay, so it's not exact science, but we're going to try to do it as close that we can. And I will get my crocodile and use I like the larger holes, and just get to it, cutting these pieces out. Now I'm going to check again. Now this is the top, and this is where it's going to end up. It's a little bit low for me, I'm thinking. Now on this side, it might be a little bit closer. So I'm going to move these holes, you know. If this is the top, I think I want it just above. So I'm going to bring this just up a little bit closer, and hopefully not too much. Let me see now. Okay, by the time I poke the hole, put that in the center. Okay, and now what's done is done, right? Cut the bits off, and I'm just gonna keep going. Sorry, wrong one. And you know, when you do this, it's like, let's hope for the best. And we'll do the bottom one as well. These little bits sometimes want to be stubborn. And we're gonna go with this one here. Let's see this. Where did this one go? Over here. Is it through it all? Okay. So now I will keep these for future use, and so in case I do exact same style journal or size journal. So now I will go with these, and don't have enough of the dark ones. Let me just see what this might look like, or should I put the dark ones in? A little bit. Well, it will go with the silver here. I think it's probably okay. So we're gonna go with one, and this part is always sketchy also. Trying to get this in just right, so that you have the bottom part has to be inside of the other side of the little eyelet. And see, you can feel it whether it's gone good or not. I didn't hear that sort of double click, but it looks okay. It looks all right. Maybe it's these new ones that I have. Let me just see what the other one does. They seem to be a little bit thicker, I think. Yeah, I think they're thicker. So they're feeling a little bit different than the other ones. But they do seem to have caught on here. So let's go on this one. Okay. This can't catch on at all. Sometimes the fabric is very thick. I'm not sure that this has come through. I'm going to have to double check that one. Let me just see how the other one works. Let me see. Sometimes it's a hit and miss with these things. Oops. See, I pressed a little bit harder on this one, and it seems to be caught. Now what do we do? Let me see if I can get it off. There we go. Let me see. See, it looks a little bit different. This one seems to have come through a little bit better than these. I don't want them to come out, but they seem to have caught on. Yes, they seem to have caught on. And let me just see. Well, this one definitely won't come out. This one, maybe I can put my fingernail under it. Maybe I will just squeeze it just a tiny bit. I don't want it to get stuck like the other one. But let me just see. So these new ones that I have now are working a little bit differently than the ones I normally use. Okay. Okay, we're going to hope for the best in that as well. So these are the eyelets, 4 that I will put in. And when I put the tassel, I will just use the first one. That's how it will go. And this is how it looks on the inside. Now, let me get the elastic for that. Okay, so I have the elastic here that I will run through to hold the signatures in. Now, there are many different ways you can do that. For example, you can run right through. Actually, if you go this way, let me see, you can run it through this way and then go this way and do 2 in a row this way without having any strings on the outside. And then you just tie this one up and you have 2 signatures. The client mentioned she saw I did 4 elastics so that you can possibly put something else in it, but they were still just for 2 signatures. So each side had a tie on. So I'm going to do that then. Now the 4 elastics, so I use 1 piece of string, but I'll double it up. And these will run through the back. And there. So this way you end up with 4 strings, 2 here, and then it'll be 2 here. So in that case too, you can possibly untie this and then tie them separately, and then you can end up with 4. Or still do it whichever is your own way that you would like. Okay, and then I end up also with 4. Now I'm going to cut this through because I'm going to put some beads in it, but I'm not going to cut it off yet because as I do beads, then I have to tie it off. So that's this one with 2, and then I'll do 1 more. Let me see what the length is. I just want a good size length, but not too long either. Maybe this one was a little bit too long. Let's see. So I'm going to go in through here. And then at the back, on the bottom, in through here. Okay. Yeah, this one's a little bit shorter. This one's quite long. Probably doesn't need to be that long. So let me just see how this ties. I do stretch it out a bit so it's firm. Okay, so this one. And then this one. Let me see. Let me just adjust a little bit here. So, okay, so these are more of the size that they should be. So I'm just going to trim now the longest ones here. Okay. There, so this is now the inside where your signatures are going to slide into. And I'm just going to add some beads to that, and then we will finish it off with the tassel. I'll just show you, I guess, the back. Now, we could have put some beads over here as well, but sometimes, you know, you leave some things for the owner to do. They could undo the knot and run some beads through, and these are still big enough. You can put in another elastic with some beads as well. But we are going to put a tassel on top, so anyhow. So let me get some small beads for that. Okay, so we've come to the point we're going to put these beads, and then we're going to work on the tassel. So I'm just going to take one and leave the rest for the owners. For the owners' scrutiny, or, you know, for the owner's decisions what they're going to do with it. So I'm just going to put a few of the small ones. Of course, sometimes they don't want to go through. There we go. Yeah, yellow goes through better. And I think I'm going to end it there. Just make a little bit of a, there we go. And then on this one, let's do the bigger one so that then we can trim it. See if we can get this gold one on. Well, if I can see, I probably should be wearing my glasses for something like this. And a little bit of a yellow. Okay. There. So a little embellishment there. Okay, perfect. And I'm just going to possibly trim a little bit more, or maybe I won't. Maybe I'll just leave it and let it hang a little bit on the bottom here. Yeah, I'm going to leave it like that. So this is now pretty well done, and we're going to work on putting on a tassel. Okay, we're going to do the tassel. We're going to do a process of elimination again, and all the ribbons and twine and fibers that I've chosen for this cover. Not that we're going to use all of it. We're just going to look at some things, what might look good, or what things I might want in it. It's like for some sort of twine, because it is a Halloween journal. So we want something more raw and rustic looking. So I have two twines. One is maybe a little bit too thick for this journal, so I'm going to use this thinner one. So I'm going to eliminate that right away. And then I have some thinner, well, I don't know if they're ribbons, but they are really threads from some sort of more like upholstery fabric that I had, and I think it just ripped off at the end. And, well, let me see, do I need it? Do I want it? Maybe the lighter color one is a little bit too light. Maybe I'm just going to go with a darker one in this case, since I do have a lighter piece of burlap here, or twine. Then I have this one as well. It's also a rope kind of thing, which I like to have, and then I will put beads on it and so on. This one might be just a little bit too delicate, so I'm going to take that out. Now this one is a good sturdy rope, and it is an orange, so I'm definitely going to be using this. And I don't need it quite that long, so I'm going to trim it and then do further trimming afterwards. So now, let me see these. I do want some of the yellow thinner ribbon. And this is the same sort as that one, I might want some of it, but maybe just a short little piece so it doesn't clash too much with the closure. Now we have black here. Let me see, with black, we have a couple of things of black, actually 3 things. So I'm not sure if I need all of it. This one is probably, I like the ribbon, but it's probably a little bit too thick, and it's the same one that we're going to have on the inside of the journal where the pockets are. So I'm going to eliminate that. And look at these two. I do like both of them. I do like this one, and I do like this one as well. So let me just leave that in there for now. And I have a little bit more thread here in a more neutral color. I might actually even use that for beads. So I do want a good piece also to tie the tassel at the top. I do want anything that is kind of in purple. I didn't really do anything with purple in this journal. I could have, I suppose. This looks nice too. But I don't have anything purple. I'm not sure I want to throw in just for the sake of purple. I do have this ribbon, so I do want some ribbon, and this one has yellow. I don't have orange, I realized too. Lacy ribbon like this. Then I have some sari silk. This one's in gray, and I think maybe this one goes a little bit better than this one. Then I have green and a dark green. I'm not sure about the very light green. Not sure yet. This one, I have a very small piece, but it could be just at the top and just hanging out like this. I'm going to put that in. And then I also have just a piece of plain cotton, which is coffee dyed and so on. So I might put that in just for a little bit more rustic look. And I have this black as well. So I have 2 blacks. I'm not sure that I need another one. Let me just see what that might look like so far. Because it is a smaller journal, smaller size, so I don't want to overwhelm the journal too much with too many items on the tassel. So this one's possibly already a little bit too much. So I'm probably going to eliminate some things here. Now, do I want this possibly just to give it a spot of color? I might possibly want that green in there just to do something different. I don't believe I need anything more in black. I'm going to eliminate that. And let's go back and look over here. What do we have? I'm not sure. Maybe I don't need any lace because I have so much lace here already that I don't believe I need any more lace. And this we'll use for the for beads. Then we'll have that. Maybe we'll have that. I probably don't need the sari, I believe. I'm going to take that out. I'm going to go more with these. And I'm going to look again. I'm not sure that I need. This one is just a little too short. Let's go with the green for now just to see what we have now. Okay. That might be okay. Even with the green, it gives it a spot of color, a little bit different than the rest. It might go with that. Now the orange, I'm not sure I want it right at the top. I think maybe more underneath. Maybe I will just keep a black on the top and go like this. Let me see. This one just a little bit over. This is good. I like the black. I'm okay with the green. Not sure if I want to trim the green in half, possibly. I think maybe I will do that. Let me just see if I can trim it down a little bit. Sometimes it's a little bit hard to cut through there. There, just gonna go like this, and it's a little bit smaller. There. And even that, I'm a little bit careful about how I want that tassel to look, and I think we're getting there. And of course, some things are a little bit long. Let me see if, and then sometimes they end up more on one side than on the other. I'll just pull it this way so that, and where's the other part of this one? Over here. So make sure it's about equal. So I like to put this on here. This is a Tim Holtz little hook. And we're just going to put that on here. Now this ribbon, I thought I cut a little bit longer, but it doesn't seem to be that long, does it? Do I want to put another one? Because I want to tie with it. If I use this, then I won't have it down here. So let me see if I'm going to run another one into it and tie it off this way and this way so that it's nice and tight over here. Sometimes you can use an extra pair of hands, like right now, to tie this off, just to make sure that it's sturdy. Okay, because I don't want it to be loose. Okay. So we have a few things here that are still long that we're going to put beads through. And I think it's starting to come together. And you can always pull through some things that you want to be more in the front. Let me just see what that now looks like on the cover. If I still want to trim or take anything off, I still can. Oh, I'm looking at the inside, right? I was wondering whether one of these should have come over the top to be a little bit longer. I'm still wondering about that. Okay, let me see this. I don't know if I need the yellow really, or maybe not quite that much of it. Or like this. Yeah, I like that look. You know, and as soon as you put in the beads, it will brighten it up some more. And yeah, the yellow doesn't need to be quite that long, I think, and prominent. So I'm just gonna trim that. And then we have one black here that's just a little bit too long. Okay. So there we go. So this is going to be the tassel. And let me pick out some beads and do a process of elimination on that one. So we're back again to complete this tassel and put some beads on it. And I do have a whole array of different beads here and things that I might want to consider. So I have, first of all, some charms that I might put at the very bottom as a dangle. And I have a little bit of shiny diamonds. It could go with it because it does have the shiny silver on the top here. It does kind of look nice. I'm going to consider it. I have then 3 little owls of different sizes, and I'll see which one maybe might fit the best over here. So let's say, for example, this larger one. Well, it is larger, but it sort of gets lost maybe a little bit. This is a smaller one. It is in silver. That might match this and the eyelets. So I might consider it, even though it's a little bit smaller. And this one's sort of medium. And I think I am liking the silver one the best, so I'm going to eliminate the other 2. So I'm going to leave the silver and this. And then I also have just a little thing that says found. And no, that gets lost in there as well. So I have this so far. And then let me see what might be in here. Consider from here. We have some black beads and red beads and so on. So definitely I'm going to need a few black beads. So I'm going to take a few. I'm not sure how much I might need. And then I do like these ones. I use these a lot, but let me see. I don't see another one. So I have these, and this has a nice color here. And then with the black, it might also look very nice. So I'm going to choose a couple of those. You know, not too many. Now red, I haven't got nothing red on there, but let me see. You know, might add a bit of red, or maybe this little star, a little bit sparkly. Maybe too much like Christmas. Maybe go with this bead over here for red. And let me see, what else do we have? We have one of these. I might choose that one. And anything else in here that might be of interest? Oops, let me see. Of course, I don't want anything. I don't want any pink or anything like that. This one to be on the bottom. It is kind of nice, but I think it's just too big. Do I want gold over here? No. I think pretty well I have enough of what I might want over here. I might choose this one just to take a better look. So that's it for this one. Okay, so let's start to see which of these beads I might be able to put on, depending also on how big their opening is as well. And let's see what else we might put on this one. These ones I can see are just too small for this thread, so let me try this one. Now also the thread itself, I might have to use some glue on this. Okay, let me do that. If it starts to fray in that, I just use a little bit of glue and put that on here. And just twirl it until it kind of becomes a little bit hard. So it might go easier. I'm not sure here even if I can see the opening on this one. There it is. No, it's not going to work. Just see if I can make it a little bit more. Might have to use the other glue as well. Let me see. Just a bead, not too much. Let's see if I might be able to get that on now. Of course, I love these that have a large opening, but you can't always find really nice ones with a large opening. So, unless you take in the wood ones. Let me see. No, it just won't go in that one. So let me see what else I might use. I do have some of the wood ones. And I did take out, I think, a little bit too much. But let me see. So let me put these over here for now that I wanted to use as well. Let me see if there's some that might have a larger opening. Then the wood ones are also a little bit harder because they have little threads inside that stop it. Okay, maybe this one is just a little bit too large. Let me see in this one. Oh, we might be getting somewhere. Okay, we got this one. So let's go back to black on that and see if then I can put in one more wood and wood bead, and we might be good with this one. I think the only one that really works on this is probably the Fabric Tech glue, but let me see. If we can manage. So I'll try to twirl it the other way so that, no, I think I need more glue. Let me see. Okay, could put it onto a needle, but then, you know, I have to go get the needle, put it on, and we're just not wanting to do that. I think I would rather just get my Fabric Tech. Okay, let's try this way. Doesn't work. We might have to just do with what we have. Oh, we're getting there. Yay! Okay, so we have 3 and then 3, 4, 5. So that's enough of beads on this one. We'll stop there. And just tie it off. So it just comes down about that much. Okay. Okay, we're good there. Now on this one, I might also now, I need to decide, do I want this? Or do I want the little, I think I like the little owl, because this is about the same size as that. I don't want to clash with that. And now let's see if we can actually get in this hole, because this opening, it's rather tiny, so I'm not sure that I can do it with this one. I might have to do another one. I have another large one or long one here. Let's try that one. See if we'll go in right away, or what do we have to do here? No. Okay. Am I even in frame doing this? I'm not sure. Okay. Oh, we had it and it came out. Oh no. Okay, yes. Yes, we got it. Okay, so I usually like that to just come down about to here. So let's see if we can. Is it a little bit too long? Probably a little bit too far, I think. Let's see if we can open it back up. Now we could, well, it could be, let me see, how far down does it come? A little bit too far, just for my liking, of course. I mean, you know. I'm not sure if we can open it back up. There. Did it. Yay. Okay, so a little bit less than that. Now let's try over here. Is this about the same, or just a little bit less? So we're good. So let's tie it to make sure it stays on here. And I don't know, you could make a bow out of this. Can we do that? Let me see if it'll go this way. Could leave it with the bow. But I think the bow might come out. And I don't want it to. Ah, see? Okay, we're just gonna go like that. Okay, so we got that part. We have the little owl. And we have some beads. Where are they? Where are the beads? Here they are. And I'm also wondering, I have already done beads over here. I might put one on the top somewhere. I don't know which one. Oh, look. A little bit of kind of oranges here. We could put this one on as well, right? Yeah, that looks nice. I like that. So let's put that on as well. Let's put this one over here for now. So I make baubles when I get a chance. Maybe I'll do a tutorial on that. It's not too terribly difficult, but it does take some time and patience. And let me put these over here. If I can manage this, let me see, without spilling all of it. Whoa. Don't you hate it when all the beads just go all over the place? Then you're stepping on them days later. Okay. So we're done with all that. We don't need any more of that. Now this one, I think I might need one of those vintage paper clips. For the longest time I didn't know what these were called. I think they call them gourd safety pins, vintage safety pins, all kinds of different names. And pretty well, you know, you go on Amazon or eBay and try to just find these things by whatever means, because you have no idea what they're called. So really should do a lexicon video of supplies and terms used in crafting, journal crafting, junk journal crafting. So anyhow, I think we have enough beads and things. There, that kind of completes it. And we have one here, so let's also just shorten that a bit. There we go. We have our beads, a tassel, a charm at the end here, and let me just put these away. Okay, so we're done with this journal. As far as I can see, pretty well everything is in place that I wanted to accomplish. And we have lots of texture and beads. We have the cover. It's all completed here with a metal title frame and a button over here. And a little scarecrow is really cute to me anyways. And on the inside, we have our signature bindings here. And I'm going to include a tag here as well. So let me just find a tag. This is the back of it. and then I'll tie up the journal and see how it looks all completed. I did find a little tag that might fit right into this bucket, and I just decided that the black tab on the top maybe wasn't enough, so I did find a little bit of, looks like coral orangish sort of ribbon, and I'm going to attach that to the back just with a stapler, so I'm not going to do too much over it. Well, if I can get it past these little what do you call it? I don't know, doodads. Well, if I can get it past these little doodads, these round little I don't know what you might call it. Anyways, I'm gonna try to get in here. Let's see if that might have worked. Did it take anything? Not really. So let's take that off. You know, these things happen. You have to figure out how to work something. Okay. I'm gonna try again. I could sew it. Really, I could take it over to my machine and sew it. But let me just see if I can manage once more or not. Let me see. I might not be able to. Do something simple, you know. We want to do something simple. It's not. Okay, let's see. Okay, I think we're good. Okay, we're good on that. So, here we go, a little bit of Halloween tag that I had left over. And let's see now that we can close this up. How it looks, you know, if it was filled up with papers. Oh, nice bow, I like it. And the tassel over here. And we're done with this little journal cover that is ready now to be packaged and sent off to its owner. I appreciate you coming by to see this tutorial about making the cover. It took me a long time to decide to do one, and it's in many parts, which of course I'll edit and put together. So have a great day. Again, Rosie at RoseByNameCo. Take care. Bye-bye.